In terms of security matters, I believe the private companies will face some kind of next step on government intervention. I believe it's going to be a national security matter. Global platforms will be under kind of scrutiny, and I believe the private sector needs to react. It's just a matter of the companies keep doing what they are doing. But in fact, that's 72% of the enterprises, large business in the UK, by the UK study, did a risk assessment last year. That's too small. We need to get that number to 100% to secure the business, not only in the UK, but globally.
What you're spelling out, though, is a series of different issues. You think 1 minute it's the trade issue, trying to shore up the supply chain. The next minute, a company's been hit with a cyber attack and they're having to stop all their online orders. And then they've got changes from the government in terms of their overall wage base. I mean, how do we think about which priority that some of these retailers should tackle first?
And let's not forget that we are talking also a high interest rate market. And
well, that came down slightly the other day.
The point is, it's almost a perfect storm. So the retailers, brand manufacturers, distributors, they were already stressed, and came these tariffs. The point that needs to be kind of seen is the halt effect. The world is waiting, and that wait is pretty dangerous. So I do have clients that are holding global product launches. They don't know where the tariffs will land. So I believe if in the next 45 days, 60 days, we don't reach a global agreement on that, and of course needs to be led by US, China, it's going to be very dangerous for the retail.
Can I just ask very quickly, which areas are those product launches being held off in?
Oh, electronics. We serve companies like Motorola, Whirlpool, Electrolux, Walmart. So many companies are just waiting. And that's a problem. In logistics, we see the ports coming down on operations. We see the distributors' inventory coming down. And that's a kind of a COVID-like again. And that's for the economy is not good. In the moment where the economy needs a pretty strong kind of statement, we can see the UK jumping up. We can see signs that the economy wants to come back, but actually the companies on the corporate debt, on the corporate kind of investments, right now is on halt, and that's pretty dangerous.
Mariano, I hear you, and I hear your caution, and it's something that I echo historically. I am the gloomiest curmudgeon on CNBC, I'm sure. And yet, I see investment in Europe, I see investment in China. I see US directing a lot of investment to get to the trade balance in a better situation from the deficits and what have you. I see interest rates going down across the world as well. I see, by and large, companies retaining workers because they're afraid of losing them, and actually unemployment rates near, and I appreciate it's slowing a little bit, near historic lows or near full employment levels. And I see actually a different scenario. I see actually a positive way out of the negativity that you're painting there.
Yeah, my way of seeing is that the foundations, I believe that with Trump calling out the world on tariffs, I believe is a good sign. It can be a very turbulent moment for first 1 year, but actually it's something that needs to be discussed. So in terms of mid-term and long-term, I'm very optimistic. I believe the companies are doing their homework. I believe AI will produce productivity in a level that never seen before since industrialization age. So in mid-term and long-term, I'm really, really optimistic. But in the next 6 months and 1 year, we're going to see retailers, brand manufacturers, and distributors under stress, and they need to act. They need to reorg.